My Zenless Zone Zero account sucks. My characters aren't built, I'm super behind on lore, and I don't even know how half these game's mechanics work. So naturally, I did what I needed to do. Call some backup. So, for today, I'll be bringing in my good friend and Pyrosis main, Anime God. In this video, we'll be going over everything from enemy mechanics to proper team rotation. And who knows, whether you're a fellow new player just starting the game out like me, or you're just as lost as I am, we might learn something new together. So let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so as you guys saw in the intro, we're here with my boy Anime, and today we'll be looking over my ZZZ account, and he's going to be explaining to me how I can possibly save it. So, to give you guys an update, I'm currently at Interlot level 47 after what, 1 month-ish or so of progress. And I've got, well, I haven't spent my batteries yet today. I have 614 Denny's. Don't ask, I went broke. And I don't have much funds for pulls right now because, well, I'm also broke. I'm there as well. Alright, so would you like to introduce everyone, like how your expertise?
Hello everyone, I am Anime God Zero Chronos. I am in particular a Pyro's main.
So based on what you see here on my progress, what do you think, as a newer player, is this good? Well, based on the internet level, my Denny's and pulls wise, what do you think?
For your internet level, I would say it's very much, it's definitely decent.
Alright.
Above the average.
Alright, we got an approval, chat. We got an approval, guys. Alright, now as for Denny's wise, uh-oh.
I would say you could have more. Honestly, at this point, even at higher internet level, there's no such thing as too many Denny's.
There really isn't. And of course, do we really need to speak about my pulse funds? Do we really need to touch on that? It's I feel like this is everybody.
I would say Zenless is generous enough that it's not really going to matter in the long run.
Now, we're going to show everybody the fun part. The fun part of this game. Let's go into base stats. So, my beautiful wife. For a start, what do you think? Yeah, first off, keep in mind, I'm not farming any these right now because I can't get the highest level artifact domains yet, so no point in trying to waste my battery.
Understand. Yeah, I figured because your internet level isn't up there yet, that you don't have access to a high S tier drive disk.
Yep.
So you don't really have to stress about it now, or because you're still technically early game.
That is true, chat. Alright, so let's see. Moving on to skills wise, don't think not much needs to be talked about here. These are just you level them up, you're done.
Right. Especially for Remiel, you don't need to level up too many of her skills. Just her basic and her ult. And then you're pretty much you're good.
Hey, so, alright guys, for YouTube watching, look at my rookie mistake here. I completely forgot to switch her to her W engine. Yeah. Oopsie daisies. Alright, well, you've seen my my beautiful goddess build. Now let's just move on to Miss Jane Doe. Basically my main team for now. What do you think of Miss Jane Doe?
She's at a decent standing right now.
Alright.
Since you're going to want, if you have a drive disk that has anomaly proficiency and another drive disk with anomaly mastery, then the amount of damage you can do with Jane is just tremendous.
Well, I do have her signature, so I am running her signature on her.
Yeah, but you still need the anomaly mastery and proficiency disc, though.
Oh yeah, we'll get the discs some other time. Not now.
Yeah, when you can.
Yeah, exactly. For Piper, hear me out. The reason I'm holding off on upgrading her for now is because I'm not certain she's gonna stay in this team forever. She's most likely gonna be kicked out.
When you get Valina, Piper is the first that's gonna go.
Exactly. Or Arya, if that somehow happens.
Actually, no. You in particular need Valina for this one.
Alrighty then. So, well, whenever she comes back, then Piper's gone. So, I guess for now, my main
Yeah,
investment strategy is just these two.
because like as far as the anomaly team goes, and this is basically a basic for Remiel.
Mm-hmm.
Remiel and Valina basically are just off fielders.
Oh yeah, huh? That is true.
The
Remiel's full playstyle is her off-field.
the point of like Jane Doe, Arya, Chromia is for them to actually stay on the field as long as possible to build up Remiel's stack.
I see. So, I guess we're gonna move into the whole team building. So let's see. All right. So let's go here. So now, do you want to explain how the team comps work?
Of course. Like I said at the beginning, it will depend on the character.
Mm-hmm.
But in your case, as far as anomaly goes, you'll need for Remiel, you'll definitely need at least one selfish DPS, anomaly DPS.
All right. So one absolute hyper carry that just doesn't want to get off the field.
Yes, they don't want to leave the field whatsoever.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Piper is an on-field character, and Jane is an on-field character, so bit mixed on there. Jane is a good on-field character. Jane is good.
At the moment, you can work with this,
Mm-hmm.
but it won't be as like fluid as if you had Valina.
Yeah. Well, if a certain cat didn't show up on my Velina polls, I would have Velina.
Honestly, I can't really blame you. Mind you, I lost Valina to that cat as well, so I'm in the same boat. The only difference
Exactly.
is I had like 100 some pulls to actually get her after.
Yeah, exactly. I had 0. Why, you ask? It's because I just started the game.
Of course,
Hmm.
that's why I said you don't really have to worry. The team is fine for now.
Mm-hmm.
Piper is giving Jane a damage buff.
Alright.
Remiel is giving Jane a damage buff, and Jane can already do a tremendous amount of damage just because of her potential unlock.
Oh yeah. Would you like to dive deeper into what her potential unlock does?
My research subject.
Now, I cannot really guarantee that I know too much about it,
Mm-hmm.
but from what I do know, it does help boost her abilities as
Here,
far as an anomaly
do you want to just
DPS.
do you want to explain to like newer players and like myself included, like what is this potential, like what is this? Like what is this potential vision like as a whole? What is it?
Potential awakenings are basically just buffs. Buffs to any character that truly, like, really needs them.
So,
So, a good example would be for Rena. Her
mm-hmm.
potential basically gives her an extra supportive aspect. She can buff the team. She can buff the team's attack and defense. On top of, giving them, because she already gives them a extreme amount of pin ratio.
Uh-huh.
On another one that truly needed the buff would be Necromata. Practically changes how she's played.
Okay.
There are there are instances where it can change a character's playstyle.
So it can be really
So like
good or really like mid.
right, when she first released, she was a very mid standard character.
Yeah,
I
huh?
won't lie.
I can vouch for that.
A lot of people, but after her potential unlock, if you have her M6, then she's practically rivaling Ye Guang.
Which is a crazy statement to say. So pretty much for
If,
anyone that's like newer and plays the other Hoyo games, think of it as like a Nova Flare. As for like if you play Star Rail, it's basically a Nova Flare.
if you play Genshin, think about it as a Hetzerai buff.
Exactly, yes. If you play Genshin, it's also just like the Hexarai stuff.
Or the Stellar buffs that they add.
So now, I think this is the part where most players, and myself included, will be very confused on. So, like, what are all these extra stats here? Like, I'm familiar with, like, HP, attack, defense, and the crits. But then we've got stuff like pen ratio, anomaly proficiency, mastery, and impact. So, like, what the hell are all these?
Pen ratio, from what I understand, is basically penetration. A good comparison would be like a all type res pen in HSR.
Gotcha.
It will help in building anomaly stacks.
Okay.
Kind of like how Lumen Flux tend to need to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it will help in the amount of anomaly damage that you do.
Interesting. So it's just pretty much like res pen.
It is exactly that.
Alrighty then. So now, the anomaly mastery? I guess that kind of is self-explanatory in a way. It's like, is it like similar to like elemental mastery from Genshin?
100%. That's exactly what it is.
Gotcha. And then anomaly proficiency. Okay, this one is a bit more confusing. What's this one?
Anomaly proficiency is the amount of anomaly you can apply to the enemy.
So, like,
say you're using Jane Doe and she has the trick constantly apply physical anomaly. She would need very high anomaly proficiency to get more assault damage off.
Interesting. Assault damage. Is that the one where it's like when the elemental bar fills up and it triggers like a reaction?
Exactly.
Got it. So the higher the proficiency, the more, like, the faster you can fill up that bar.
Yep.
Gotcha. And then, what the hell is this impact?
Impact is mostly for stunners.
Okay, so, like, not important for these characters.
It's not important for, like, it's not important for anomaly units because, yes, they want to take advantage of a stun window, but at the same time, it's not as much of an importance to them as, say, like, Norma or Nangong. Typically, stunners like Ambi will actually make better use of impact. Simply because they can actually stun the enemies a lot faster with more impact.
Got it. So, like, instead of anomaly, well, let's just check. I have Ambi. So, like, instead of worrying about, like, the elemental mastery or, like, proficiency, which fills up the bar faster, the stun, it charges off from impact.
Yes, but there are, and with the how stunner agents are actually made now in like 3.1 in like version 3, it's not always gonna be the case.
Let's say, who's a good 3.0 stunner to, like, reference that?
Norma. Okay, Norma essentially needs crit rate.
Got it.
As much crit rate as possible. I would say that goal for crit rate is around 80% or higher.
Okay. So for, like, I saw your build for Norma where it's like 87 over like 60 or something like I know your crit rate is higher than your crit damage, and to a lot of new players that's gonna make absolutely no sense, because, like, you would think, like, why would your crit rate be higher than your crit damage? Like, what's the point of critting if your crit does no damage?
I will explain that. Norma this is why I also say there are 3.0 characters typically have gimmicks when it comes to their, especially stunner agents nowadays. Norma is an example of those gimmicks. The amount of crit rate that you have will also dictate the amount of days that you can apply to the enemy.
Okay.
So the more crit rates, the faster you get stunned.
Gotcha. So in that case, Norma would, so like you say you have like 100 crit rate and then, I don't know, 50 damage. It wouldn't matter. It would be a lot better, actually.
Yes, but at the same time, getting 100% crit rate would just be wasted crit since it does cap.
Oh, there's a cap. Oh.
Yeah. That's why I have it at like 80, 87 or 82. I forgot. That's essentially why I have it at like around the 80% percentile.
Gotcha. So there is a cap limit for some of these. Some of these characters will overcap in terms of crit. Got it.
And even then, Normal is one of those that don't really have to rely on crits,
Mm-hmm.
rely on damage. She never did.
Gotcha.
However, there are also character archetype Rupture.
Ooh.
That another can of beans.
Let's see. Rupture, rupture, rupture. Is Nicole a rupture base? Or am I tripping?
No, she is Victorious.
She's what?
Monato is though.
Monato. Oh, Monato's a rupture. Okay.
The cunning hairs are here.
Yoink.
Take your time. I'm listening.
Let's see. Yep, rupture. There it is. Let's see. So
Now,
he's
if you
on.
look at the base stat, the initial stats,
Yeah.
you will see what's called sheer force.
Yeah. What is that?
Sheer force is basically a form of scaling.
Okay.
The higher the sheer force, the more they do.
Okay. So there's like 3 billion different builds here. I'm just used to the good old scaling on HP, scaling on attack, scaling on speed. But then here we have like scaling on HP, scaling on impact, scaling on mastery, scaling on proficiency. Some random thing called sheer force. So basically muscles. Yeah, guys, just think more gym muscles you guys have.
Okay. Now, rupture agents don't necessarily stray too far from the regular attack agents. They simply add on to it.
Gotcha.
Unato, Yishuan, and Yitari are HP scalers.
Mm-hmm.
But they still need crit.
Yep. As they can see, it's highlighted here.
What that sheer force do is stack upon that kind of damage, upon that damage that they can do, and essentially just beat stomp damage.
Got it. So they're like a sub DPS in a way.
They are main DPS.
Well, main
100%
DPS in
main
this case.
DPS. Yep.
Let's see. Got it.
I can
Interesting.
become even.
Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Of course, if you guys are a new player, I hope you guys took something away from this video and you feel better about the stats, the mechanics, the team rotations. Like for me, this has been an overall huge lesson for me as well. Now, you guys will see better content and you'll probably see less dumb mistakes when I fight enemies. And of course, big thank you to Anime for joining and teaching us this beautifully orchestrated lesson. And of course, if you guys have any extra questions on like other stuff you want to know about ZZZ, make sure to drop them down below in the comments. I'll make sure Anime and I read them together, and then he'll answer it on like my behalf, or he'll tell me and I'll answer it on his behalf, I should say. And of course, while you're down there, make sure you guys drop a like, and of course, subscribe so you guys never miss the next time I upload. And now, you guys are exiting the Minhiverse. Peace!